There is twice as much water on Earth as land. Oceanographers are nevertheless fond of saying that science knows less about the high seas than it does about the moon. If John Waterston gets his way, thought that could soon change. Mr. Waterston is the head of the Ocean of Things project at the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, DARPA, an American military think tank that has helped develop everything to stealthy fighter planes. The project's name is a play on the Internet of Things, the awkward phrase which describes the trend for stuffing sensors and an internet connection into all manner of ordinary objects, from cars and toothbrushes to factory robots and doorbells. The Ocean of Things aims to likewise wire up the high seas with swarms of floating connected sensors. Such devices are not in themselves new. There are around 6,000 floating sensors deployed around the world's ocean, run by navies and research institutions. What is unprecedented is the scale of Mr. Waterston's ambition. Over the next few years, he hopes to deploy 50,000 sensors across 1 meter square kilometers of the sea, an area considerably larger than Texas. The eventual goal, much more distant, is to enable the continuous monitoring and analysis of a significant fraction of the world's ocean. The project's main aim, mindful of the D in DARPA's name, is tracking ships, but rather than building something that can do just one job, Mr. Waterston wants the Ocean of the Things to supply a wealth of other information, from water temperature to wave heights, weather conditions, nearby wildlife, and more. All this would then be made freely available to scientific and commercial users. Existing floating instrument packages known as floats or drifters are often custom built and usually contain the highest quality instruments available. Therefore, tend to be expensive and are bought only in small numbers. A typical existing float designed for scientific research is the Argo. It costs around $20,000 and can measure water temperature and salinity. The Ocean of the Things takes the opposite approach. The aim is to cram as many cheap off-the-shelf components as possible into a single low-cost package. Current float prototypes cost around $750, and Mr. Waterston hopes that economies of scale could drive the cost down further. That would allow tens of thousands to be deployed without breaking the bank. Large numbers are crucial for coverage. They also help compensate for inaccuracies in individual instruments. Can a $5 sensor do the same thing as a $1,000 temperature gauge? Mr. Waterston asked rhetorically. The answer is yes, if you have a lot of them, because you can cross-correlate. Maths solves the problem for you. The project's researchers are evaluating 3 designs from different manufacturers, ranging in size from about 6 to 18 liters. One proposed by Xerox Palo Alto Researcher Center is made of glass like a traditional Japanese fishing float. A second from a firm called Arrett Associates has an aluminium shell and uses wood for buoyancy. Both models feature solar panels. The third, made by a company called Numerous, is made of liquid cardboard and relies entirely on its batteries. All 3 are designed to last for a year or so and are made to be as environmentally friendly as possible, with minimal use of plastics. That is important because at the end of their mission, the floats are designed to shuttle themselves. Some of the instruments on offer are common to any smartphone: GPS sensors, accelerometers to detect motion, a compass, a microphone, temperature sensors, and a camera. Others are more directly tailored for the job: underwater microphone, a gizmo to measure the water's conductivity, and detectors to pick up radar and radio signals, including transmissions from marine anti-collision beacons. Some data from these instruments will be crunched on board, but most will be sent back to land in bursts for onshore analysis. For now, that connectivity is provided by the Iridium network of geosynchronous satellites, but the modems necessary to talk to those satellites, says Mr. Waterston, are the most expensive and power-hungry devices on the float. He hopes that new lower-flying satellite network currently being built by firms such as SpaceX and OneWeb will provide cheaper alternatives. Having lots of different sensors will help the floats build the best possible picture of what is going on around them. For example, if the microphone picks up a sound at the same time as the accelerometer shows movement, it could mean that a bird has landed on the float. Several birds landing on several floats could show how a flock is moving. Their presence in turn might be an indicator of shoals of fish or other biological activity. Similarly, a ship sailing through a float field will leave all sorts of traces. It might be detected by its radio beacon or its radar. It might sail close enough for a float to take a picture or hear it on the hydro hydrophone or be disturbed by its wake. Correlating data from several floats will reveal the ship's speed and direction by building database of such encounters. The project scientists hope to learn quickly how to tell different sorts of craft apart. Fishing vessels might be used fish finding sonar or noisy trawl net. A giant supertanker will sound different from a naval frigate. The range of sensors on a float will also produce a mass of data of interest to oceanographers, meteorologists and biologists. The cameras and microphones on a field of floats would, for example, detect and trace whales and dolphins. At the moment, whenever a marine mammal is spotted in the shipping lanes of Los Angeles Harbor, one of the busiest in America, traffic is slowed down. Better tracking would allow traffic to be rerouted, benefiting both traders and commerce. Float fields could watch for illegal fishing, smuggling and icebergs. They could monitor and track oil spills and algal blooms. That at least is a long-term goal. So far, DARPA has bought around 4,500 floats and has tested them only in small numbers. The next stage, starting this spring, will see fields of 1,000 at a time deployed in the Gulf of Mexico and in the waters of California. The plan is to deploy one float for every 3 square kilometers of the ocean. The hope is that as the technology matures, useful data could be gleaned from densities as low as 1 float per 20 square kilometers. With 361 square kilometers of the ocean on the planet, a true ocean of things monitoring everything on and under the water would require about 80 meter floats. That will not happen for a while yet, but Mr. Waterston plans are a start.